Hello, my name's Kayla, and I just wanted to kind of do a video lesson on the basic anatomy of a guitar. It's pretty simple. Basically, I'll start with the parts and how it works, and then I'll move on how to tune a guitar. So basically, a guitar is contained of strings, which I'm sure you can see. There are these things right here. There's 6 of them. They go E, A, D, G, B, E. And the acronym for that is every apple does get bitten eventually. So that's a good one to learn. But we'll learn more about that later, obviously. Starting from the top of the guitar down, you've got these here, which are called the knobs. What these do, they tune the guitar. What they do is they loosen and tighten the strings to change the pitch, and that's how you can get your strings to actually match what they're supposed to sound like. And this is called the neck of the guitar. It contains the frets, and it holds the strings. And this is where you make all your chords and your notes, etc. And that's kind of it's one of the more important parts of the guitar. It's what mostly gets damaged. If your guitar is going to get damaged a lot of the time, unless you're going around banging it on people's heads because you want to be a rock star, it's normally because this neck here gets warped down at the end or something like that, and that causes your notes not to come out correct. And it's not something you can really fix. I mean, you can tune the guitar all you want, but warp it won't fix anything. And unfortunately, when that happens, you just have to get a new guitar or send it in for repair. So hopefully that won't happen to you guys. I know it's happened to mine, but it's all the way up here on like the 15th fret, which I never use. So it's not too much of a big deal. So essentially you've got your neck here, and these right here are called frets. In between each metal bar is each fret. So for example, this is the 1st fret here, and there's a metal bar here, bringing it into the 2nd fret here. So 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, etc., etc. And then you move down here, you've got the body of the guitar. The body is basically the big hollow opening, and it provides an area for the sound to come out, well, be produced. And this hole right here, that's where the sound comes out. Right here is your bridge, and what it does is it's the connection and the end of the vibrations for the body to actually vibrate and create the sound. And here is your tapping board. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not completely sure if that's the official name or anything, but if I could give it a name, it'd be the tap board. And I guess one insignificant detail that many of you would like to learn is this right here. It's a little knob, and it's used if you like to use a guitar strap. You'd attach that here. And it seems like my guitar doesn't have it, but there's usually a second one right here. And it's used so you can strap the whole body of the guitar, put it around your back, and you can just walk around and play instead of sitting down. So essentially how a guitar works is it's pretty basic. You have to have a basic understanding of how music works and how sound is produced. So how the guitar works is you pull the string, which causes a vibration. It starts all the way up here and moves down the guitar down to the bridge, where here at the bridge you can see this white line. This white line touches each of the strings, and what it does is it stops the vibration and it starts vibrating the board. So it's just kind of a controlled spot for the vibration to stop, and get into the body. So when your body starts vibrating, it vibrates at that certain frequency, and that's where the sound is produced. If you're familiar with frequency, that's how fast a sound wave is moving, and depending on how fast it's moving is what determines the pitch. As I'm sure you know that there are like some sounds that dogs can hear that we can't. It's because their ears can pick up that perception of the higher notes while we can't. It's just not within our brain's capacity to perceive and actually turn into a sound. So essentially you've got those different frequencies which are created by the thickness of the string plus how tight it's strung, etc. And I mean, it's just a variety of factors that lead into the way the body vibrates, and that's how your sound is produced. So in regards to that, the way to tune a guitar to change the pitch, you're actually just changing the tightness of the strings and changing the way that the strings vibrate the body. So essentially, like if I were to turn this knob here, I turn it to the left and it gets a little higher, and then I turn it back to the right and I loosen the string, whereas I just tightened it, I loosen it and it goes back down to an E. Like that. So that's essentially how the sound is created, how the guitar works. So most people have a hard time tuning by ear, and I don't exactly blame them. A lot of people just can't really nail pitch on the head quite right. And so the easiest way that I was always taught to do this, and it's just always kind of stuck with me because it's very, very simple. As long as you can get that E, like if you can just get to a piano, or maybe even just to a computer, where you can get a simple tuner, and just make sure that this E note is on. That's all you really need. So because I just tuned mine, I played with my knob, I'm going to make sure that it's on. Okay, so now that I know my E's on, the best way to do it is, you've got your frets here, as you can see them, and like I said, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting upwards, and it just goes. So what you want to do is, this E note is on, and if you press the 5th fret, it will automatically jump up to an A, because the next note is an A, and when you push on the 5th fret, it makes this E string create a sound. So you can use it to tune the next string. So for example, this is an E. I push on the 5th fret right here, and I make sure you get it between the 2 bars so it gets a firm stop of that vibration, because the string stops right here on this bar, and now the vibration goes from here on the bar down to the bridge. So you pull it, and now instead of hearing an E, you're stopping it at the bar and you're getting an A. Okay? So how to tune it is to have that E. So you push the 5th fret and you get an A. So now you've got an A, and this should match your 2nd string. So you can hear that they sound the same. And essentially, as long as this first string is on tune, the rest of your strings can be on tune easily. It's actually 5 all the way down. The only exception is 1 string down on the lower, and I'll show you that. You actually go down to the 4th fret. So let's just I'll kind of show you. This E becomes an A, and then you go down to the A string. This A becomes a D on the 5th fret, and you can hear that. Sounds the same. Then this D becomes a G, and then you push on the G string, and here's your exception. On the G string, you want to go down a little bit. You want to go down 1 fret to the 4th fret, and now your G becomes an A, B, sorry, I apologize. Your G becomes a B, and then you can play that on the 2nd string. how they sound the same. And that's assuming they're in tune. If they're, this is your way to tune it. And then you'll go back up to the 5th fret on your B string and turn it into an E. So you've got a B, E, and that's your basic tune. So say if I play with this a little bit, I'm gonna turn these knobs a little bit. Now it's out of tune. That's not what it's supposed to sound like. So you start at the E. I didn't play with my E, so I know my E's on tune. So I'll start on my 5. Looks like I didn't mess with that string either. Then you'll go down. I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's just kind of slight, but I can tell that they're different. This 3rd string, the second one that you're hearing, sounds a little bit lower. So what you want to do is you want to raise the pitch until it matches. So I'm on the 5th fret again, and now they match. So I'll do the same thing for this one. And that one was a little bit high. Now they sound the same. So we'll go down to the 4th fret for my my G to B. And that one's a little low now. And then I go up to the 5th fret again. And I didn't play with that string either. So now my guitar is tuned, and it was pretty simple, easy to go. So there you go. You got your D, G. It's pretty simple. And in the future lessons, I'll teach you how to do chords and just plucking, how to read music. And I hope that I can be a lot of help to you guys. So thanks for watching, and good luck. Thanks.